Again, I'm Bob Masulis with RM Design Studio. I'm also a licensed architect. I'm also the president and founder of RM Design. We have been in business for 20 years now. Our technology has been around for a long time. So what I hope to accomplish today is kind of give you a better understanding of some of our capabilities, the types of projects that we work on, and our flexibility. You've seen a lot of CAD rendering and computer animation stuff, and there's many different levels that we can operate in. And what I want to kind of do is run through some of the flexibility of that and some of the types of projects that we've done in the past. So to kick this off, I think the best part to start is where we were 20 years ago. So we see a lot of the stuff out just in general referring to computer rendering and animations. So don't get alarmed. This is what we were doing 20 years ago. Of its time, it was a very good tool to kind of get the idea across to people, understanding floor plans, understanding what a home's going to look like. Well, as time has moved on and computers have gotten better and software has gotten better, we've been able to stretch out a little bit and improve on the things that we do. We were able to add animations back then, but this was the best quality that we could do at the time. Not real inspiring, not something that's going to inspire me to buy a house one day. But because of the technology and because of our software abilities, we've been able to make that next jump here in the last 10 years and move us into a photorealistic end. So 20 years ago, today, taking the same plan. So now we're able to incorporate a fully functional space. It looks like it's been built and photographed, but it hasn't. It's all 100% computer generated. The key thing about my presentation today is everything I'm going to show you is 100% computer generated. So to kind of kick that off, bring into some of the stuff that we do today, here's a quick just run through of many different projects and many different types of building that we've been doing over the years. We're going to turn the music up a little bit so I don't have to sing. That would really kind of turn off people a little bit. So you can see we've come a long way from the original renderings that I was showing you at the beginning. We've also had technology where we can incorporate people into our scenes, have them interact in environments. It's a great tool to add scale and a better understanding of what our spaces could be. So that's where we're today with a lot of rendering and a quick run through. So now where do we go from there? One of the things that we want to do is kind of have you challenge us as an industry. We're not just a marketing tool, we're used in a lot of other areas too. So I'll start with some of the basics. The typical things that we're normally doing for our builder and developer types of clients is we're starting off with a 2D CAD elevation supplied by our architects. We'll take that CAD elevation and we'll turn it into a photorealistic 3D rendering, a much better way of seeing a potential home. Now we don't have to stop there, we can actually even come back earlier. We can work at conceptual design stage. As an architect and using these types of tools back in my days of doing design and doing construction, I was able to take this type of sketches and turn that into photorealistic renderings. So on this project, we're working with our client designing a new office lobby and coming up with conceptual drawings, very loose sketches, nothing really to scale, but then taking their as-built drawings and making it real. Again, all photorealistic. This allowed our developer to go out and start marketing his project for office space 9 to 12 months earlier than they would be able to actually walk people through the physical space. So this gave them a great marketing tool. As we moved through time on that, they ended up taking the renderings, turning it over to their architectural firm, and coming through with a final build out exactly to, or very similar to what our original design was. So it's a great tool to help people understand what the possibilities are with spaces and buildings. We also moved up to the roof deck. This is in west side of Chicago. It's in the meatpacking district. This building is about 700,000 square feet. And right now it is just a cold storage building. They have beautiful views of Chicago. We were able to take their roof deck and create a virtual environment showcasing how the backdrop, especially at twilight, really showcases, and it's one of the best views of Chicago. Here's what one of the interior existing spaces looks like. We have no exterior windows. As I said before, it's a cold storage, so it's very cold there. And they have snow and ice making stuff throughout the building. But we want to turn that into office space. So we came back in, we did some floor plan layouts, we did some interior design. We also tried to work with some of the challenges that we had with this floor plan. Because of low ceilings, we wanted to keep it open as much as we could. So we were able to come in and kind of clean up the ceilings, make it more of a loft material, and also keep some of the existing used materials on there, making a really attractive space for a high-tech type of company to come in. Sticking in the product mode, this project here was done for a lighting manufacturer. We came up with a design to create a hospital lobby, really just to showcase the lights that you see on the wall and the chandeliers that you're seeing in the ceiling. We also moved to the outside. Taking advantage of some of the tools that we have available to us, we ended up coming in with twilight. Showed the lighting on the exterior much better than a day shot would. And again, we didn't have to go out and shoot anything. And then back into an interior. Now from here, we also have incorporated other architectural projects. Some of you may or may not be familiar with this project, but we did this in combination with Hanley Wood for a project called Home for Life. The project was taking an outdated, active adult transition lifestyle and showing how we could actually upgrade your existing house to meet the needs of the active adult. So the challenge on this one was to design a home, show what the existing conditions is, and by the way, this is a rendering, not a photograph. So we went back and dated everything. We came through for living room and kitchen, showed what the before looked like, and now we showed with a little creativity and a little interior design what the after could look like. We also moved into the kitchen, replacing the cabinets, adding some nice architectural elements. We were able to show the potential of this kitchen too. It was a great tool for information for people in that transition in their life to show you don't have to move from your existing home. You can still stay there, and with remodeling and building, be able to continue to keep moving on with your life. Back onto products, this is also for a major window and door manufacturer. Instead of having to find an existing site to shoot for their new product, we were able to design the building around their product. So the reason for this rendering is the slide-by doors that are here in the center. We did an exterior design. We also came in on the interior design. The functionality of the doors are fantastic. We're fully closed right now. We go to halfway open, and then we show them fully open and back into their compartment so they completely disappear. Again, we were able to design that around the product. So, as you can see, and you've probably seen this home here, this is also another example of a Ply-Gem home. From a functional standpoint, we have a lot of flexibility with color. So I can take an existing warm gray color scheme, convert that to a blue, and so on. I can replace the stone, I can change it to brick, I can change shingles and siding colors. So a lot of flexibility with that. And that's the beauty of digital rendering. So moving on from product stuff, let's go into how you use it in the home building industry. Hopefully you've had a chance to see the tour of the home this year. And if you've seen the IBS website, we did the night scene rendering of the building. So let's take us into a regular sales situation. One of the biggest challenges as a buyer and a salesperson is the pre-construction sale. How do I get somebody to understand a floor plan? One of the biggest problems that people have is interpreting a dimensional floor plan like this, where how big is a 12 by 14 living room? That's a very difficult thing for people to picture in their mind. With virtual reality, we're giving them a chance to experience it. So we're going from the kitchen, we have a nice view out to the backyard, and we actually get a glimpse of the pool. And as a salesperson, I can now take you into the family room, show you the exposed beams, the different materials that we're offering as upgrades in the plan. It also gives us a great understanding. How big was that 12 by 15 family room? This is how big it is. We have things in here that we can scale to. The average person knows the size of a couch and a chair and a table. This gives us the format to be able to understand. and it gives us a format to be able to show things before you've built them. And now we come back to the kitchen, showing some of the functionality here. When we worked on this project, all of the interior design material was supplied to us by the developer and by the interior decorator. Everything that she spec'd out went into the interior exactly the way they were going to build the model. So things down to wood finishes and fabrics on pillows and couches is exact to those specifications. Then we move to the outside. We can, again, as we covered earlier, we can show different colors. But on here we can also show options to the exterior. Now the fun part of it, touring the home. Once we're done with all the still images, now we can actually get a chance to walk through the home. This was last year's builder concept home. So you can see as we actually tour through the house, we're seeing a lot of the finishes and the upgrades and the appliances that they're offering within the home. Again, our clients have the control of exactly what we're going to see at that time. Also, a lot of people ask us or feel that this may be an expensive sales tool. It isn't if you rethink the way you're approaching your sales and marketing. We usually have a tendency to stick in the old ways where if we're going to build a 200 home subdivision, we may come in and decorate 3 homes. And let's say we're only offering 6 total floor plans. Well, we're going to wait 6 to 9 months for our model to open to give people a chance to really experience our homes. Through virtual reality and a fraction of the cost in a typical scenario like that, there's been times where we've saved $100,000 applying some of the decorating costs to virtual reality and being able to show 6 out of the 6 floor plan types. Also giving an advantage from day one, opening up for pre-sales, being able to view virtual reality as opposed to waiting for the final model to open up 6 to 9 months later. There's also a lot more functionality with it. We can use it on the internet. We can send it home with people as a DVD. They can send links to their friends and family to see the homes that they're interested in. So moving from single family, we're proud to announce we won the Virtual Reality Award for the Nationals last night on this project. This was a project in Manhattan, a very challenging project because this was in the mode where they're selling around the world, they're selling raw spaces, so we have no interior walls. Because it's a condominium and because where it's located, they did not have the ability to have a model. So the only way we were able to show something is through virtual reality. Every single thing that you see here, every building is virtual reality. It's not animation, or it's not video, it's not photographs. We have done this in a full 3D environment. So now, as a buyer, I'm getting a chance to see Manhattan and experiencing my approach from Central Park to our building and really get a good feel for what this neighborhood's going to be. And keep in mind everything, cars, trees, people, those are all computer animated. So in this scene, this is our new building. They did demo the old building, but again, this is our computer rendering and their sales and marketing pieces. From here, we also have the ability to come into some of their amenities. So as being an owner at this project, you actually have the ability of sharing and using the outdoor sitting areas and outdoor fireplaces. What a great way to also show some of the building aspects that you may have. This project in general took us about 4 months to work on. We literally sent 3 photographers for 4 days to run up and down that street taking photographs of every single one of the buildings. I had a staff of about 5 people working on this project for 4 months straight, and this was the result of that. Moving beyond the exteriors, a very similar project, very similar scenario. We're going to go into a high-end condo. We're going to actually go through another tour of the interior on this. It's a fantastic plan. It's a great design. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. And as you can see, we're able to incorporate a lot of the interior finishes. We've got great moldings. We've got great trim packages. And keep in mind, too, the understanding of the floor plan. As we go into the family sitting room area, we have a better understanding of what our builder is offering. We can see the nice built-ins and the fireplaces and our furniture. It's a nice cozy area to listen to the piano playing and then move over to your big, huge dining room table. What we also want to show is some flexibility in what we're capable of providing as far as design goes. As you saw earlier when we were doing some of the commercial spaces, we were very loft feeling, very raw materials. Now we're much more refined. We're showing a much higher level of interior design. We really haven't found a design style that we haven't been able to accomplish. And that's something, again, that our clients have full control of. Now it's also great too because we have been doing this for 20 years. We have a lot of stuff in our portfolio. So instead of having to make interior furniture and decorating pieces from scratch, we can also go back to our existing catalog and pull from previous jobs, changing colors to hopefully see fit some of the needs that you might have. So that's the end of our tour there. So I am going to stick around a little bit. If anybody has any questions, or also if you want to grab a brochure, Suzanne over in the blue over there has some brochures for you. But I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And I really appreciate and want to thank Plygem for giving me the opportunity to be here with you today. And if, again, I will hang out and be happy to answer any questions you might have. And thank you for coming. Thanks, Jerry.